morning, good morning. Peace, peace, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love you. I honor you. I respect you. I set you free. I love me. I honor me. I respect me. I set me free. I love me. I honor me. I respect me. I set me free. I love me. I honor me. I respect me. I set me free. Peace, peace, peace. Aho, Ashe, Alhamdulillah, Amen, Shah, Namaste, peace, peace, peace. I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother God. I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the angelic kingdom, the elemental kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life. I give heartfelt, sincere, and eternal thanks for the sacred gift of my life. I ask my I am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action which I express throughout this day, with more love and more light for myself and my world. Word, I am word. I know who I am in truth, what I am in truth, how I serve in truth. I am here, I am here, I am here. Prayer of the Miracle Worker. Today we begin by tucking our chins and bowing our heads and knowing that God is all that there is and that we are one with it. We surrender all that we are to all God will have us be. We bow our heads, our hearts, our desires and agendas to God's will. We trust that God knows us and loves us as we make our way home to peace. We trust that we will see miracles where we once saw lack and limitations, and that we will be assisted in solutions where we once saw dead ends. We commit to remembering that we're immersed in God's holy ecstasy and audaciousness, where all things are possible, plentiful, and perfect. We give thanks for another day of miracles and miraculous encounters, and may we always remember that this grace is offered to us, not just for our own peace and joy, but so that we may be a fearless extension of God's love. And together, so we say, and so it is. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent He who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because He who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever He wishes, knowing He goes there with me. I will be healed as I let Him teach me to heal. Take a deep breath. Lord, make me an instrument of Thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sorrow, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are forgiven, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Take a deep breath. Just looking for 2 more prayers. Great to be here with you. Big day, my friends. Huge day today. Through the power of God anchored in my heart and written in the hearts of all humanity, I invoke the divine light of gratitude and acceptance. Precious sacred fire, blaze in, through, and around every electron in my being. Flood my consciousness with gratitude for and the acceptance of God's infinite flow of abundance. Lift me into the realms of truth and bless me with the clear inner knowing that the God supply of all good things is my divine birthright. I relinquish now, in the name of God, all of the power that I have ever given to lack and limitation through my thoughts, words, actions, or feelings. I relinquish now, in the name of God, all of the beliefs I have ever had that are based in poverty consciousness. In deep humility and gratitude, I consecrate and dedicate my very life to be the open door through which God's infinite abundance will flow to bless me, my family, friends, co-workers, and all humanity. As I think, speak, feel, and act, the presence of God within me is expanding God's gift of prosperity to all life evolving on earth. I am an awakened light being. I gratefully accept God's gift of prosperity and infinite abundance, and so it is. I am, I am, I am. Still getting there. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We'll leave it there for the moment. Yeah, carry on. Well, good morning. Welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers. Yes, a lot to talk about today, my friends. I've been hit by a Mack truck of information and energy, and crawling up to the altar to make sense of it one more time with you, and very grateful at the same time. Well, I'll just cut right to the chase here, will I? There's no doubt in my mind that the world is on the brink of the great awakening of this lifetime. Many things have been whispering that, but what delivered it to me front and center was the channeling of Ann Tucker and her work with the Divine Mother, IYALA. And if you'll recall, is based in Northwest America, up in Oregon. And she did 40 days of 40 different channelings, November, December of last year, to get our full attention. And I did most of those channelings with her. And each of them and all of them were collectively extremely powerful and impressive. And by God, the real deal, as far as I can determine, absolutely wonderful. So grateful for Anne and her work. So I clicked on her meditation, her channeling rather, Saturday. It's called Forecast of Energies This Month. And it's a whopper, my friends. I have it queued up here. And as I did my Orin meditations this morning before I got up, I did 3 of them, and grateful for every one of them. But as I'm scrolling here, good morning, Margaret, as I'm scrolling here, looking for things to share today, there are 2 or 3 other messages in exactly the same alignment. So we're in the last 2 days of March. April 1st, the full moon is on Wednesday in Libra, which is about divine justice. And then I've just seen our brother astrologer here say the power days of April are the 8th to the 12th. So that's a week from this Wednesday. Things are happening. So I'm just going to give you Ann Tucker, and then we'll take it from there. This is Anne channeling IYALA, the Divine Mother, the Mother of all souls. Ready? It's about 15 minutes.
I am with you once again. In the weeks coming ahead, a great shifting is taking place. The underpinnings of your world are shaking free. And what has been suspended in the great wash of turmoil will finally break loose, and you shall find yourselves in a shocking new reality where peace is seldom found easily. There are misbehaviors that have been undiagnosed. There are many flawed characters at work in this time period. And they are bringing to the forefront those habitual considerations which humanity has made peace with. The contentious behaviors of the few that assault the many. And these have been placated, fought over, accepted in many places. And in more than that, they have been misunderstood or tucked away beyond consideration. These underpinnings, which deprive humanity of many of its own graces, are now coming to the surface. The world is awash with regret. The world is hurting in its own forgetfulness. There are so many placements of this energy where the few have embezzled or taken from the many, where so much hatred, the volumes of hatred that have been spent, have divided the world into the riches and the spoils that have been groomed for the few. There has been a plentiful number of reasons for this world to ache and for it to fall before you. But as it does in this time period, you may worry for your own health, safety, and well-being. These are times in the forefront where a great rattling of the systems are felt, where you might sense that you are at greater risk than you have known or expected. And I wish to reiterate to you something very important. which is that your consciousness is all that matters. When you feel yourself deprived of something that you thought you needed, come into the space of your own personal celebration. Come into presence with your own heart. Close down what are your access points to the outside world and recognize that what has fallen is merely the antagonism of the new world that is trying to come forward through you. You are the pinpoint of consciousness through which the new reality is being formed. And as you are observing the great changes in this world, you are watching the molting, the shedding of what is no longer viable. Not all things in this world will fall away. Not all structures will fracture. But enough will go. Enough will fall away that what is revealed underneath will be honed and made pure. And you will find within this not a purification to the degree of perfection, for perfection is in fact an ending of life, but the qualities of the earth will be formed in a new way, and the presence of your own hearts become much more formative in how the world is put back together again. Your own consciousness is the most important place that you can focus in these coming months and in the weeks particularly that are ahead of you. When the world feels most violent and most ill at ease, I encourage you to sit in the stillness of your own hearts and to focus on the joyful experience of being you. To let your heart come alive to the awareness of how you are drawn as a person, what makes you beautiful, what makes you lovable, what makes you enchanting, how there are parts of you yet undiscovered that will become increasingly discoverable. I wish for you to sit in the stillness of your own gestation and to recognize the joy that is felt in a moment of concentrated awareness opens a river of light that streams out of you into the formation of what is this new world. The new experiencings that are ahead of you will far outweigh the benefits of what is lost. That which can no longer hold you is falling away, is being removed, and these breaking aparts may not be gentle. Where there is an ease of transition, there may still be loss, but it will not be heavily felt. Where there is great friction, the loss will go deeper. And I wish for you to pay no mind to what feels heavy, to center yourselves in your own consciousness. For this you are prepared, for you have practiced before coming to earth. You have sat still in your own centered place and imagined yourself surrounded by a chaotic storm of nothings and stayed in the peaceful, centered moment of your own awareness and imagined yourselves holding a ball of joy in your center. And you played with it like a gleeful child, emulating what earth would be like in this time, preparing yourselves for the storms ahead so that you might be at the center where the new consciousness can be generated, so that you might claim your fair share of the new energies that are ready to rise from the decay of what falls away. All you need do to access the beauty of this new point of instigation is to sit in presence with your own joy, as if the child that you were plays with a light that is your heart and lets it rise and fall and bounce and return. And let it become a centering moment for you. And let all your expectations rise not far into the future, but just the next now. And stay in presenceful appreciation of yourself. And let your heart be joyful. And as this joy rises from within you, it shall be as if a river is made, and streams of light will move through you. And this is all that I ask, to tune out and turn away from that which is disheveled and unkempt and disorganized and chaotic, that which is becoming unformed in your reality, which is breaking apart. And there are many, many streams of information in this time that is coming, which shall be resonant of what is shattering. And I wish for you to turn away and to center yourselves and to find your joy and to let the stream become a river, become an ocean of light that you shall join together to create. As the falling apart of things becomes increasingly palpable, more and more energy becomes available for you to create the future. Therefore, see these happenings not as a chaos that is coming for you, for it cannot reach the soul that is centered. See it instead as the breaking apart and the freeing of the resources of energy which you will require to create the new light that is forming from within you. Thus, celebrate the availability of these resources of energy. Let them move up and through you. Let the new light of the next moment be full of the joy that you are feeling. I say bless you, thank you, and goodbye.
Take a deep breath, my friends. Well, there you go. The Sermon on the Mount, as I like to say. Wow. Okay, we'll come back to that, but I'll just let you sit with that. Of course, that's on my page. That's Ann Tucker, and it's forecast of the energies of this month. So, there are no accidents. Life is unfolding through great, grand, elegant, incredibly beautiful and powerful design. The process of getting there is the quality of being there. Is one from my teacher Lazarus. Oh, I was listening to Healing Crisis this morning and over the weekend as well. Absolutely. Well, here's Brother Nicky Hamid, who, my God, is this guy in touch with the bigger picture. He says, the long promise of the event, in capital letters, the open portal for the consciousness, evolutionary, divine opportunity, the tsunami of love for all humanity is very, very imminent. Good morning, Anne. Do you feel the excitement as the background of all you're feeling? It begins within you. Look outside into your world. If you stand in stillness, you will see and feel it coming. It happens when you fall in love with yourself, who and what you are, totally, unconditionally, and you realize that you are besotted with the whole planet and everyone and everything in your experiencing of it. Beautiful. You will begin to feel that you are love, that you are flowing in an ocean of love, that the golden light of creation is a presence radiating from within and throughout your own expanding auric field. This is the rapture that has been promised for ages, and it is happening now. It is the background of who you are. It streams forth from you as you enter deeper into the silence. It is beyond all thought and within all emotion. It is there through the breath, your breath, and there in the pause, it is the Alpha and Omega, the I am that I am, and thou art that. I so love you. Take a deep breath. That's a book I got from my friend Gabrielle. I am that. Speaking of I am that I am. So, Nikki, right on the job there. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. And Zachary Fisher. So are you getting the picture? We're in uncharted waters, my friends. These are the final moments of preparation before our ship sets sail. Here's Zachary Fisher. The performance is ending. What's real is all that remains. When the masks fall, we are living in a time where nothing can stay hidden forever. What was once easy to fake, to perform, to dress up for the world, is starting to unravel in real time. Not because something outside is forcing it, but because the truth inside people is getting louder than the roles they've been playing. For a long time, people could wear masks and move through life unnoticed, say the right things, act the right way, blend into whatever version of themselves was accepted or rewarded. But that season is ending. The pressure we are all feeling right now is exposing everything that isn't real, everything that isn't aligned. And it's not just them, it's all of us. Every relationship, every intention, every hidden motive, every truth we've avoided, it's all rising to the surface, not to punish us, but to refine us, to strip away what isn't true, so that what is real can finally stand on its own. You're going to see people change. Some will rise into who they truly are. Others will struggle as the roles they built their identity on begin to fall apart. It may feel uncomfortable, even chaotic at times, but this is what truth looks like when it starts breaking through illusion. So pay attention, not with fear, but with awareness. Because in a world where everything is being revealed, the only thing that will feel steady is authenticity. Be real, even when it's uncomfortable. Be honest, even when it costs you. Be aligned, even when no one else understands it yet. That's how you move through a time like this. Take a deep breath. Zachary Fisher. Well, we have another one from Zach. We'll come back to that. Beautiful. So huge demonstrations in America over the weekend. No Kings demonstrations. Springsteen, Joan Baez, Jane Fonda, Tom Morello. Good folks like that. So here's a Luna Joy Yaxkeen. Same theme. I haven't read it yet. But here we go. We'll do it together. The last day in the old world. A prophetic vision in resurrection season. We're in Holy Week now. Yesterday was Palm Sunday. Next week is Easter. She says, I woke up in the middle of the night having a dream that didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a message. I started recording in the wee hours of the morning so I wouldn't lose it. In the dream, all of us light workers, healers, etc., were packing up. At first, it felt like I was packing up my home, but the deeper I went into it, the more I realized this wasn't just my home, it was the entire world. And we were leaving it, not running away from it, not escaping it, but packing it up with awareness and care, and a deep satisfaction of knowing we did a good job. The last things I gathered were the most sacred. Everything else was already gone. I packed things that looked like crystals, stones, artifacts, records, documents, books, and wisdom, etc. This was the essence of who we are, no matter where we are and what we've learned while we were there. It was like we were packing up only the core essence of what mattered going forward. Well, that is the God's honest truth. Before we left, there was this quiet moment of saying goodbye. Before we left, there was this quiet moment of saying goodbye. I remember thanking the house, thanking the world and the universe, and giving thanks for allowing me to live there, for the beauty, for the experience, and for the lessons. Because it was a good house, it was a good world, it was a good age. But by the time I stepped outside, where we were living was already gone. There were no walls left, no floors, only a ruined structure barely holding reality together. Like one good push, and it would all fall. It felt like it had been coming apart for a long time, like it was being taken down in reverse of how it was built. Almost like time was going backwards and leaving us in that void. What really struck me was this. We held the light until the very last possible moment, the very last breath, the last second, the last millisecond, and then we were pulled up, and then we pulled up our anchors. When we went outside, there was no direction, no plan, no map, no sense of what to do next. So we did this strange thing. We just sat down and had a meal. We ate, we rested, we laughed, but also wondered, because the new earth, the new reality, wasn't ready yet, and the old one was already gone. We were in a place of in-between, a pause between ages. This is so good, I'm just amazed. We were in a place of in-between, a pause between ages, between realities. It was a holding space, like a lifeboat, where we could refuel, body and soul, while we waited. There was no panic, no fear, no urgency, just this quiet knowing that the next steps would arrive when they arrive. It was coming to us. All we had to do was pull up our anchors within us that held us in the old world and wait. There was one moment when I felt a little sad. I noticed other people at other tables that I thought would come with us, but they were going in different directions. There were many splits within our group. Not everyone was going the same way. Yeah, I still feel the connection between us, but my sadness didn't stay because I also knew they would be okay, and so would we. What stayed with me the most was the feeling. I need my magic stone. What stayed with me the most was the feeling. It was peaceful, satisfying, and nostalgic. It was not grief, just appreciation for what had been. An acceptance that it was over. The world had run its course. Humanity, in many ways, had taken this world as far as it could go. Then there comes a point where we stop investing in what is already cycling out, pull up anchor, pack up, and leave. And then it hit me. The dream came on Easter week, a day when the world remembers the story of resurrection, a story about letting go of everything and then returning transformed. And it felt the same in the dream. We were letting go of a world and a new one. It arose. It would be transformed. We don't carry the old world into the new one. We let go of our old reality completely. We gather only what is sacred. We pull up anchor and wait and see, knowing the universe will provide as it always has, and it always will. What surprised me is that where we are going didn't feel like another dimension or another timeline or somewhere else entirely. It felt more like a transfiguration. As we pause, unplug, and then come back to the same place, but everything is elevated, clear of karma, filled with new experiences to have. We are in a great cosmic pause. That was amazing. It is an in-between space where we wait for the new foundation to arise beneath our feet. I remember I was one of the last to leave. I stayed until there was almost nothing left, and I had one small box of sacred things. And then I finally walked away. There was nothing left to hold on to, and still I felt peaceful, as if I turned around to face forward. I glanced over my shoulder. There would be nothing there at all. And the strongest thing I felt in the entire dream was this: the light is intact. No matter what has happened, no matter how chaotic things feel, no matter how much it looks like everything is falling apart, the light is intact. It hasn't been destroyed. It has been strengthened and has more resolve. It can't be destroyed, and the people who carry it are still here. It felt like we are a lifeboat, not escaping the world, not expecting to be rescued, but to be carried through by what is true in our hearts in this transition. Let me say that again. It felt like we are a lifeboat, not escaping the world, not expecting to be rescued, but to be carried through by what is true in our hearts in this transition. We will hold a steady course until the new world is ready for us. Take a deep breath. She says it takes time, devotion, and a lifetime of listening to bring these messages through. Please honor this work by giving it proper credit. And if you can support, please do so. God bless you. Yeah, Aluna Joy Yaxkeen, sister of the future. Take a deep breath. Remembrance of things past. Take a deep breath. So there's Nikki, there's Aluna, there's Ann Tucker, there's Zachary Fisher, there's me, my friends. So my story is that since Thursday night to last night, so that's 5 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, I was in 5 different meditations. That doesn't happen every day of my life. And it kind of started to get my attention at some point. So Thursday night was DVL's group, which is wonderful. And he and Jeanette have gone off to Turkey for a week's rest. God bless them. And then Friday was Yananda in with Tim and Brother Jer in Clonakilty, Gabrielle and Mark, Maisie. And then Friday afternoon was Brother Peter at the library, his mindfulness group, for about an hour that I've been with for a long time. Beautiful young man, very enlightened, very, very gentle soul. And then Saturday was John Cully's latest spiritual retreat. I think it's number 46 for yours truly here, something like this. Very deep, very powerful, and I got to see my friends at the market on the breaks, which was great fun. And here's a picture I'm looking at of all the Brown brothers, Dennis, Tony, Tim, and Jer, under a cherry blossom tree next to the market from Saturday. That's glorious. And on we go, my friends. Yeah, and then yesterday was Yananda at Munster Arms, just outside my door here. We had Yananda and his son Jason, who was on Easter break, and we had Tim and Jer again, wonderful, and Maisie came, bless her heart, and Tig from via Tim. And we had a few others that would have been there if they could have, but they weren't able to get away. So let's give you the Course in Miracles as the icing on the cake for this powerful time. Let me not see myself as limited. Lesson 250. This is from the workbook. Let me behold the Son of God today and witness to his glory. Let me not try to obscure the holy light in him and see his strength diminished. and reduced to frailty, nor perceive the lacks in him with which I would attack his sovereignty. He is your Son, my Father, and today I would behold his gentleness instead of my illusions. He is what I am, and I see him, and as I see him, so I see myself. He is what I am, and as I see him, so I see myself. Today I would truly that this day I may at last identify with him. Take a deep breath. And here's a new one from Ali. This is from Saturday. What if you knew that this was not about you? What if you knew that you could truly lay your burdens and struggles down? What if you knew that love, God, is here? What then? Perhaps you would lay your body on the precious ground of our beloved earth and weep in the profundity of the magnificence of the truth of this blessing that life is, and revel in each breath so graciously breathed through you by God itself, and return to a state of being so perfectly remembered. Glory, 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 let it be. I so love you, Ali Ray. Love is, love is, love is. God is, God is, God is. Beautiful. Venerable Bhikkhu Parakamu. But one of the happiest moments in your life is when you find the courage to let go of what you cannot change. Take a breath into that. And Brother Gathima Roba, so as I mentioned, Springsteen and everyone was at Minneapolis, which has been the center of much controversy and conflict after the murder of 2 people there by the ICE agents a month or so ago. Gathima, who lives in Minneapolis, is an immigrant from Ethiopia, a beautiful black brother and a wonderful poet, works in the library, but he and his family have been feeling all that quite intensely. Many people did not feel safe enough to go out of their houses for 5 or 6 weeks at one point because they were afraid of getting picked up and disappearing. Hello. Hello, friends of my soul. I came to check on you. I trust you have been well, happy, and being creative each day. God bless you. I rested well and had a quality time with family. I also have been secretly sending you the sea of love, while blessings while I was away. I hope you have felt it. My experience is that we meet everyone in our heart more naturally when we sit in silence than when we log into our computers. That is an authentic way of meeting each other. For all of you, my friends, who are struggling with health issues, financial stress, or simply basic human needs, I want you to know that you are not alone. For just a moment, stop and remember who you are. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath if you like. Ask who is struggling. Know that the answer to these challenges is not found in improving our outer world, but in meeting our inner turmoil without judgment, without accusing ourselves or someone else for our past life. When we realize that the peace and abundance hidden inside us is more powerful than all of our worries put together, that is true mastery. That is a true mastery. Mastery is not defeating our enemies. It is not being better than another human being. It is the ability to move through the storm of life with a calm mind and the heart that has not forgotten how to sing. Namaste, my beautiful friends. Take a deep breath. How are we doing? Well, are you getting the picture, my friends? Yeah? When Ann Tucker, channeling IYALA, the Divine Mother, the Mother of all souls, tells us that in the next weeks, you're going to need to pay attention and remember who you are, deeper than at any time in this lifetime, basically, that gets my full respect. Absolutely. As I said, she's earned my trust. Here's another one from Zachary Fisher. The right love doesn't break you. It makes you safe enough to put the armor down. Yesterday, when love stops being casual and becomes real. Well, that's perfect because, of course, as my guides have been saying for months, this is the season of the heart. And we're preparing, and we've been prepared for this incredible transition, this incredible rebirth and death experience for the planet and ourselves in other lifetimes and throughout this lifetime. Excuse me. Sneeze of truth. But the point is, from Anne, that we're shifting from the power of will, which is the more masculine energy, to the power of love, which is the more feminine energy. And so this is the death throes of the dying king, the bad king, my friends. Yeah, the shadow king, I called him back in 2016. Bless his heart. And all that he's represented and all that people have projected onto this individual. God bless us. And we are now being asked to take our power back. And that request is going to become quite urgent this coming month, like never we've imagined in this lifetime. So we're shifting from will to love. We're shifting from the mind to the heart. We're shifting from the outer to the inner as the source of creation. We're shifting from belief to knowing. We're shifting from faking to being real. Yeah, we're shifting from lies and illusions to the truth that sets you free. And as I say, the truth will set you free, but it often will piss you off on the journey there. So here's a bit of love from Zachary Fisher as we come down the home stretch, and then I'll channel about all this. When love stops being casual and becomes real. There's a version of love most people, last thing, was listening to, and I'll do this, because it relates. I get led to look at stuff and it all fits together in moments like this. So I love the telepathy tapes from Kai Dickens. And I was listening to one of the episodes, the talk tracks, which is season 2 of the telepathy tapes. And they've had more hits than Joe Rogan's show. So people are getting the message. But she had Elizabeth Gilbert on, and Elizabeth talked about writing letters from love. What would love like you to know? And so that's fascinating and beautiful and divinely timed message there as well. To be kind to ourselves in the midst of crisis is wisdom. And here's love coming to our aid in the hour of our darkness, yeah, like never before. There's a version of love most people chase their whole lives. The easy kind, the convenient kind, the kind that doesn't ask much of you. And then there's the kind that shows up and changes everything. The kind that sees you fully, not just who you are today, but who you've been and who you're still becoming. Really beautiful. The kind that doesn't run when things get uncomfortable. It leans in. It holds steady. It chooses you over and over again, even on the days when you're not easy to love. That kind of love can feel overwhelming at first, not because it's wrong, but because it's real. It asks you, beautiful. It asks you to drop the walls you've built. It asks you to drop the walls you built to survive. It asks you to trust again, to soften again, to believe again. And if you've lived through chaos, pain, or feeling like you had to fight for love, that kind of peace can feel unfamiliar, almost scary. But that's how you know it's different. Real love doesn't drain you, it steadies you. It doesn't confuse you, it brings clarity. It doesn't make you question your worth, it reminds you of it. And when you, that's gorgeous. And when you finally recognize it, truly recognize it, you stop looking for something better because you realize nothing better exists. You just protect it, you grow it, you honor it, and you never let it go. Take a deep breath. That boy can write. Thank you, brother. That is the God's honest truth. Well, there's one more poem here from Brother Ron Whitehead about the political and the spiritual, which I would love to share here if I can put my hand on that. Powerful times, my friends, no doubt about it. Community, consciousness, creativity. They all work together. Well, here, we'll give you one from Ikozi. This morning I give thanks for breath, for another day gifted, not promised. I place my feet gently upon the earth, remembering she carries me without question. May my thoughts be clear, my words be kind, and my actions walk in mio primatiswin, the good life. Where there is heaviness, let me bring light. Where there is noise, let me carry stillness. Remind me that I belong to the sky, to the water, to each other. Beautiful. Guide me to move with humility, to listen more than I speak, and to honor what is sacred in all things. Great mystery, walk with me today and help me walk gently. Ikozi. Let me say that again. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. Let this really be medicine for your soul in these powerful and important moments of preparing for something brand new. This morning I give thanks for breath, for another day gifted, not promised. I place my feet gently upon the earth, remembering she carries me without question. May my thoughts be clear, my words be kind, and my actions walk into the good life. Where there is heaviness, let me bring light. Where there is noise, let me carry stillness. Remind me that I belong to the sky, to the water, to each other. Guide me to move with humility, to listen more than I speak, and to honor what is sacred in all things. Great mystery, walk with me today and help me walk gently. Ikozi. Take a deep breath. Well, here's a Judith Kusel. Can't go without that. She says the real shift is within, silently, in the sacred holy temple of the heart and soul, where divinity is ever omnipresent. Here you find truth, seeing, hearing, knowing. It is here that you regularly meet with your own highest 12 guides, ascended masters, and the divine. It is here, ascended masters and the divine. It is the inner true seeing and the guidance, the deep intuitive hearing and knowing of your soul is now guiding you into a new existence, a higher dimensional life and soul expression in your new solar crystalline bodies in the new earth. Note, souls in Southern Hemisphere, that you are now in total new, dynamically different white golden hemisphere, as all has been born anew. I cannot say more, for the profundity of it all cannot be expressed in mere human, limited language. It is best felt in depths of the heart and soul, and all that is. Judith Kusel, take a deep breath. All right, my dear friends, God bless you indeed. I like his line about we're not promised tomorrow. It was 3 years ago for me that I faced my own mortality with a 7-hour surgery for cancer. And boy, did that get me very deep into myself and into God in a whole new way. What we don't surrender gets stripped away. Springsteen. All right, boys and girls. Oh, well, there it is. Here's Ron's poem. All right, extra innings. For what it's worth, this is Ron Whitehead, poet laureate of the Beat Generation, in front of the Statue of Liberty. We have a wrestling against world rulers of darkness. The poles are shifting, the poles are shifting. What world have we been born ourselves into? We wrestle not against flesh, not against blood, but against powers, against principalities, against the rulers, the shadowed rulers of this darkened age, against the unseen forces feeding on fear, feeding on division, feeding on the breaking of humanity, of Mother Earth. The poles are shifting. What world have we born ourselves into? The time has come to put on the suit of light, to stand firm, to stand clear, to fill ourselves with truth, not borrowed truth, not sold truth, not corporate truth, not military-industrial complex truth, not billionaire truth, not oligarchy truth, but lived truth, breath by breath. This is the hour when intelligence must become wisdom, when knowing must become being, when prophecy is no longer a story, but consequence. The poles are shifting. What world have we born ourselves into? The rulers of this world, drunk on power, have pledged themselves to the machine of greed, speeding the fire, heating the seas, stripping the forest bare, for profit, for control, for the illusion of dominion. But hear this: those who carry the light of love, of power, of wisdom shall endure. The poles are shifting. What world have we born ourselves into? Those who are called, who are chosen, who are faithful, not by decree, but by action, by love, by light, by compassion, shall stand. There is no fear in love. Say it. There is no fear in love. For love casts out fear. Those who wield power without love, without wisdom, serve only themselves and call it order. They gather now, their followers, their believers, preparing minds for war, for apocalypse, for Armageddon, for the final claim of absolute control. But the war, the real war, is already here. A war of spirit, of mind, of heart. And millions have already fallen to silence, to despair, to forgetting who they are. The poles are shifting. What world have we been born? What world have we born ourselves into? People choose every day, in word, in thought, in action, which side they stand on. So I say choose. Choose now. As for me, I choose the path of love. I choose the balance of love, power, and wisdom, held together in one breath. I choose to stand for life. I choose to stand for earth. Let us rise before it's too late. Let us remember before it's too late. Let us act before it's too late. The poles are shifting. The poles are shifting. What world will we now help birth? Ron Whitehead, take a deep breath. Okay, here we go. Close your eyes, turn within. God bless you, dear friends. Powerful, powerful times. Relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release, dear friends. God bless you, dear friends. Well, you stand at the dawn of a new day, dear friends, more consciously than ever before. And the calling of your soul and spirit to awaken, to heal, and to grow has never been louder, and it has never been more urgent for you to answer that call. And you are doing so even now, even as we share these energies with you, and these vibrations touch your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit, dear friends. You are surrounded and supported by the love intelligence that governs the universe. And this is your initiation, dear friends. Moving through the darkness to remember and rediscover the light that you truly are. Not too good to be true, dear friends, but good enough to be true forever. Love is the power and the glory. Love is the light and the wisdom. Love is the path, the journey, and the destination, dear friends. Love is Lord of us all. And in this sacred moment, you throw your heart open wide and let that knowing return to your conscious awareness, even now. In peace, in grace, in gratitude, willing to remember your true nature, your divine nature, your eternal nature. And so, Mother Earth and all the beauty of her creations is consciously in alignment with you and celebrating your homecoming, your deliverance from fear and confusion, your awakening, healing, and growth as the love and light of all that is, as you. A new dawn and a new day, dear friends, is closer than you can imagine possible. It is here now, and it is for you. Dear friends, you're only responsible for what you know. But once you know something, you become responsible for it. And to the degree and in the ways that you take responsibility for it is the acknowledgement and the expression of your understanding and knowing of who you truly are. You come to this world to forget. You come to this world to remember. Forgetting is ending. And for some, it will be the leaving of this world to bring them back to themselves And that is their choice, dear friends, not yours. For others, there will be struggles and confusion and fear and pain and loneliness. And that is their choice and their growth and their healing. For you, dear friends, you stand like a light in the darkness. You sing your song of freedom. You reach out with your heart to embrace the world and everyone upon it, and everyone within it, and everyone connected to it. And you say, use me. Oh God, God is all that is. I am here. I am here. I am here. Let it be easy. Let it be simple. Let it be real. It is yours. It is your time. We are with you each and every step of the way. Dear friends, we love you so. Celebrate the freedom that is coming to you and your world. And do not get lost or overwhelmed or confused in the dying of the old world that has served its purpose well and beautifully and sufficient in its destiny. We are with you. We see you. We are one. Come to peace. Find your strength. Shine your light. And share your love. Let the new dawn and the new day be worthy and deserving of all that you have given. Prepare to receive that which has seemed impossible. With love, with God, Goddess, all that is, with Spirit, your higher self, your soul, your guides, guardians, teachers, and friends, dear friends. All is possible for you. We love you so. Stretch your wings and fly. Peace and blessings. The glory of God is yours. Be at peace. In this week of preparation, dear friends, dig deep in the garden of your heart and plant your seeds of the new earth and the new life and a path of love your heart, soul, and spirit has desired throughout eternity. We are ready for what is next. We love you so. Namaste. Okay. Wowie zowie. It's a pleasure, it's a privilege, it's an honor. I hope that helps you. Thank you for hearing what I have to share today. If I can help you, please let me know. All my links are there to support what I do. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Big week, my friends. Bigger than you know. Peace and blessings. Namaste.